I did teach a couple weeks ago, and my theme last time I taught was fluid strength, and how as we move through asana, we can find flow and ease and strength simultaneously, which is kind of a contradiction in many people's minds, that strength has to be bound or constricted, but actually strength is releasing, expansive, and open. This week, I want to talk a little bit about moving from our center and what that means. And basically, with my background and training in dance and yoga and Pilates and many different modalities, there are three centers. We have the solar plexus, which is right underneath the ribs, right around the heart center. Then we have navel to spine, which is our core center of strength and power. It kind of connects the upper and lower trunk. And then we have our pelvic floor, which is our hara, where a lot of strength comes from and connects us to our feet and legs. I also want to talk about how during this time we lose our center. We have a hard time finding our center because so many things are shifting and changing. We don't know where we begin and the world ends, and vice versa. So by having a center, not just mentally and spiritually and psychologically and philosophically, but physically integrating the center can help connect all of those things, even on a cellular level. So I think focusing on the center, and then what I want to do before I start is just give you a little background about how I'm going to approach this class. If our center is here and we connect the pelvis, navel, and heart, it's like a big sun. It radiates like a big sun. Think of a big warm sun. And if you think of that, it radiates out all the way to our edges. The edges meaning our arms and legs and our head and tail. As we extend to the edge, we reach that edge right at the end, and that's our kinesphere. When we move past our kinesphere from our center, we lose balance and stability. And I'm taking this from a physiological point of view because that connects us also to spirit and mind and psyche. You can do it both ways. You can go, both ways, from the mind to the body, body to the mind. When we lose that connection and we go past our kinesphere, it's like we go past ourselves. So today I really want to talk about, we're going to work with balance, we're going to work with the center, and I want to use the image of a cell. If you look at a cell, you have the nucleus, which is the center, you have the cytoplasm in between, and then you have the cell membrane, which is the kinesphere. I'll use that as an image if you know anything about that. So let's start first. Today is a standing practice because I want to focus on balance, stability, moving from the center. So we're going to start standing first. And as we stand, we want our legs hip-width apart. We want to feel the head, ribs, and pelvis stacked on top. We want to imagine that our center is, again, like a big sun that connects the pelvis, navel to spine, and solar plexus. So if I connect those centers, it's about like this. It's a really big, sort of spherical, almost like a big sun right in the middle of our body. And that radiates out from core to distal to our extremities, head, tail, arms, and legs. And then it comes back in again. So we get this sensation of pulsation. So as we stand here, go ahead and soften the knees. We're going to start with the right arm first, and what I want to do is we're just going to start by reaching up and out of the ribs. We're just going to start by getting a good stretch as we extend up and out, grounding through our feet, feeling the radiation from the core out into the arms, big stretch, softening through the joints as I talked about last time, soft jaw, soft palate, soft breath. So we start very gentle and easy as we reach left and right. Big stretch. Now from here, we're going to take that right arm and stretch it across, and you're just going to reach across as you ground and root through the legs. We're going to bend, drop down, let the head release, and take the other side as we stretch. So you get a good stretch. And then we're going to bend, drop down, and from here, we're just going to add a little drop swing. So we're going to start with some swings, some nice, gentle release to the joints, release to the muscles, release to the body, easy swing. So you feel that swing through the body. And then from here, we'll take the swing to the front. So we add a little swing to the front, letting the body release and extend, release and extend. So you feel how things radiate out from the center, out to the limbs, feeling the release and yield into the earth as you extend out. Easy swing. Again, very effortless because swings qualitatively are effortless. They just release. From here, we're going to reach and clasp our hands behind the back. Press down through the fist. And just go ahead and extend through the chest as you look up in a very gentle baby back bend. Pressing down through the fist, opening up through the heart, grounding through the legs, soft joints, easy breathing. Let the arms go to the side. We're going to curve. Think of rounding the arms around a big ball, head to tail, rising all the way up as you extend. And then from here, you're going to swing and let the arms swing in the coronal plane, door plane, side to side. So now we feel widening and narrowing as we swing. And just allow the legs to pump by adding this little bend and extend, it allows me to release and yield into the earth. You can feel that yielding and release into the earth. Good. And then relax. From here, we're going to start with the top of the head. And we're just going to, as we roll down, we're going to do a sequential roll down through the head, shoulders, ribs. Start to bend and soften the knees. So again, you're not locking the legs, you're releasing the legs as you release all the way over. Earth touch. And if you have tight hamstrings, I'll turn to the side. You may want to keep the knees slightly bent a little bit. You're going to add a knee bend as you drop the tailbone down and extend and lengthen and reach the crown to the ground. The tailbone releases down as the head rises, and then the head descends down as the tailbone goes up. The whole while feeling the low belly draw in, feeling that center kind of heat up as we move through the limbs. An easy bend and extend. From here, go ahead and take a knee bend. You're going to push through your feet and feel the connection between your pelvis as you roll up. So I'm going to push through the lower and start to articulate up one vertebra at a time as my focus walks up. And we're going to do this each time as we come up. Once we reach the top, let's go ahead and tap our feet. We're going to alternate, and this is a nice way to, again, feel the connection of our legs into the earth. A physiological way to do that. Very simple. You feel the mound of the foot tap, the front of the foot. Now let's go ahead and do the heel. So we add a little marching. And as I do this, I just feel the ease in the hips, the ease in the knees, the ease in the ankles. Allow the body to be very relaxed, very simple. So now we feel the heel bump root down. Good, and relax. Go ahead and take a knee bend. You're going to reach through the tail, rise, and take a little lift as the heels come off, not too high, and lower the heels down. So we're going to add a knee bend, a sinking, an extending, and then a rising, and a slow descent. An easy knee bend. In dance, we call that a plie. Other ways of describing it would be a knee bend or a fold. Release, fold. Press through the legs and reach to the crown. And what I want you to feel is that continuity. So you feel the pelvis reaching down, moving to the navel, rising up through the solar plexus, back to the navel, to the pelvis. First center, navel to spine, second center, under the solar plexus, third center. So you feel this flossing, this sort of rising and sinking action. And again, very effortless. Now let's turn the feet out. We're going to do each position. So now the legs are going to externally rotate as you feel the thigh bones rotate. And we're going to do the same thing. You're going to reach with the left side this time. Reaching up and out of the ribs as the opposite arm extends down. So it's like one arm goes up the elevator and the other goes down. Relaxing your breath. Big stretch. Searching, reaching fingertips as you feel that reach. From here, you're going to reach the arm across and lean, 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 reach, 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 reach. Curve, let the head drop down, and bring the other arm across as you stretch. And again, reach, 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 reach. Bring the other arm across, and we're going to go into those arm swings. Nice, gentle swing. Just allow the arms to move like a reed. Allow the focus to twist as you look over the shoulder. And it's a bend and extend. Bend and extend. I think of this as being organic or pedestrian, so you don't have to feel like a dancer to do this. Just allow the body to release. Now turning to the front, swing the arms forward. And this time add a little rotation through the trunk so that you embrace the side. Drop, swing, drop, swing, drop, swing. Release, extend, release, extend. Relax your breath. Nice and easy. Good. Do a few more, just so you get into the rhythm of it. And then from here, clasp your hands behind the back, and I'll turn so that you can see, and really root down through the arms, the fist of the hand as you extend and open the heart. Tailbone reaching down, and again, a very gentle opening. Breathe. Bring it center, take the arms to the side, widening, curve. Think of wrapping your arm around a big Faisal ball as you bring your head in toward the tail. Rising up as you extend through the center. Good, and let the arms drop, swing. Now we're moving in the side plane, coronal plane, side to side. And again, feel the energy, or feel the impetus of this movement, that's a better word, from the trunk. The tailbone drops down, the crown reaches up. So you feel the trunk initiate this down up, and then the limbs respond. Good. Heavy arm bones, heavy muscles. Awesome. And then release the arms. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to start with the top of the head. You're going to release the head, heavy ribs, articulating down one vertebra at a time as you feel the weight. And again, if you need to bend the knees a little bit because you're tight in the hamstring, let the head release. Once you reach the ground, go ahead and extend the legs and bend. So you're reaching the tailbone down toward the heels, then the crown reaches down. Feeling that nice, gentle release and extend. Release and extend. Relax your shoulders, soft jaw, and soft palate. So the mouth is relaxed and the face is relaxed as you do this. Again, finding that fluid strength. And go ahead and do 2 more of these. You're going to bend, drop the tailbone. Now, feeling the pelvic floor drop down, that first center, you're going to push through the heels. Inner thighs draw together, and again, slowly unwind the spine as you articulate up through the back. A nice sequential activity. Good, and once you reach the top, tap your feet. So you feel that tap through the mound of the foot. Tap, tap, feeling the energy move up through your midline. Relaxing. Again, very relaxed, very pedestrian, very easy. Don't make more than what it is. And then add the heel as a little heel clunk, and you can feel that fold in the joints, kind of getting those joints juiced up. Good, very nice. And you can feel how that kind of ripples through different parts of the body. Allow that to happen. No need to control it. Just allow the body to do it. Good. And then bring it back center. Now again, you're going to drop the tailbone down as you open the diamond, bring the inner thighs together, and you're just going to rise through the crown, reach to the top of the head, gently lower the heels. Reach down through your plumb line with the tailbone, inner thighs draw up through your center, rise to the crown, lower the heels. So you feel this kind of moving up and down through the plumb line, very gentle, keeping the movement not too big, because we're just starting out, and feeling that continuity, that flow as it moves from the legs up through the center, out the crown, down through the crown, through your center, down to the heels. You can feel how this warms up the legs too. And let's do 1 more. Last one. Relax the arms. Now let's take the legs out wide. So we're going to move into each position. Wide parallel toes point straight ahead. Again, softening through the joints. We'll reach and we'll make this a little bit fuller as we do this. So we take the arms and reach them more across the body as we extend out further into our kinesphere, or edges of the movement. So we're moving from the center a little further out into our edges as we stretch, feeling the feet ground. And let's go ahead and take that right arm across, reach, 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 reach. You're going to bend, curve, let the head drop toward the tailbone, and sweep your left arm across. So you feel that sweep and reach. Head drops toward the tail, circle. And then from here, drop, swing, pump the legs. Release, extend, release, extend. Feel the weight through the body. Weight and light, weight and light, weight and light. Beautiful. Just keep it going. So just allow that to happen. And we get into what I call a rhythm. We get into a mesmerizing quality physically without even thinking about it. That rhythm, the body starts to kind of take over. The mind can relax. Easy. And then from here, swing to the front. Same thing. Feel the weight of the fingertips, weight of the arm bones. Feel the weight of the extremities. Nice. Swing, release. And then you're going to add a little rotation as you take in the sides of the room. Feel that extending through the arm as you radiate out from the midline out through the arms. Very subtle. I think sometimes we forget how to swing because we hold tension. We don't know how to release it. And this is a way of releasing. Now, coming center, clasp your hands behind the back. And again, press down through the arms. Let the heart bloom open as it extends up towards your ceiling. Or if you're outside, maybe, toward the sky. Grounding through the legs. And then bring it center, take the arms out and curve. You're going to gather the space in front of you. Head to tail, pull the navel up and into the spine. Relax your shoulders. Rising up. And now we're going to do our swing in the corona plane. Last swing. We did sagittal, transverse, coronal. And I know those are a lot of big words, but basically we're moving in all planes of motion. Just allow it to swing. The most important thing to feel is the weight. Yield, release, into your knee bends. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Good. Very nice. Seeing that swing from some of the people, if I squint, in the monitor there, and the people who are taking the class. Very nice. And then relax. Start with the top of the head, and you'll feel the body kind of pulsate as you do that. You're going to roll down. Now again, bend the knees if you're tight in your hamstrings, so you feel that fold. As your hands reach toward the earth, feet root down. And again, we're going to add a knee bend and extend. So that we're sinking, releasing toward the earth as we bend, and then rising and extending toward the sky. Allow the head to release, so soft jaw, soft palate, heavy head, like a bowling ball. Ragdoll, let that head go. And again, bend, sinking, feeling the feet and hands root down, feeling the joints soften, release. And again, easy breath, always easy breath. Now go ahead and drop your tailbone down and start to push through the legs as we move up to the pelvic floor, as we rise up to the navel, all the way up to the solar plexus as we unwind. And again, there we go back, repeating a third time, toe tap. So as we start to repeat these things, the body creates a memory. And just allow the body to do you. Once you feel it, don't think about it, just do it. As we start to just allow it to happen. Nice, and then move to the heel. And as we do this, let's add a little more of a knee bend. So we sink down and we feel the pelvis drop down toward the earth, that hara, that first center. Good, and you can feel the heels kind of stomp down. This is a very grounding exercise. And it's repetitive, so it allows you to kind of move into a little bit of a state as we start out. Great, and relax. Sinking, extend, rising. And as we move through this, think of a run-on sentence. So your body is a run-on sentence. It just keeps moving, sinking, releve, rise. Always being aware that you don't have to lift the heel really high. It just comes off maybe about an inch. Reach to the crown, let it move down to the center, down to the tailbone and the feet, rising through the center and up, feeling that elevator like plumb line. And relaxing the breath, and one more. Good. Turn the legs out. Last one. Yes, it's quite a progression here. And we're going to start with the left arm, and again, I'm in a big X position now. So I'm able to extend again further out to the edges of my kinesphere. That bubble, that cell membrane, I'm reaching out. If I were a cell, my center is a nucleus. The middle area is a cytoplasm, and then the edges I'm reaching toward the cell membrane. So I'm reaching to the edges of my big bubble around my body. That's called in movement your kinesphere. Going to that edge. Now from here, you're going to stretch across, grounding through the legs, soft knees. You're going to curve, drop your head soft through the joints, and bring that arm across. Big, big stretch. It's like a big yawn. And bring it across. Rising up, and again, add that swing. Soften through the face. Just let it go. And as you breathe here, just imagine letting go any kind of stress that you have. Let it kind of release through the arms as they swing down into the floor with the legs. Out your breath. And now bring it to the front and swing forward. Sagittal plane, wheel plane. And adding a little rotation as the heart opens to the side. Drop swing, release swing, heavy light, a lot of freedom. Openness through the joints. Gorgeous. Looks good. A couple more. Really letting it release. Good. And then go ahead and gather the space behind you. Clasp, press down through the fist. And as you press down, ground through the lower, let the upper bloom and open as you shine the heart upward and extend. Soft neck here, so you don't hurt your neck, you don't overextend. Let the arms open to the side as they extend to the kinesphere curve. Give that imaginary ball a hug as you gaze in toward your navel. Rise up. Extend, rise, 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 and drop swing. Beautiful rise. Last one. Feel that release. Now what you'll notice, you can see how I'm pumping my legs. As we've done this is our last one, yes. You start to go a little deeper into the earth. You feel the body drop down and ground a little bit more. If you sense into that, you can feel that grounding, more of a downward action, more of a release. Beautiful. Excellent. And then relax, starting with the head. Let it drip forward. Shoulders, arms. Start to soften the knees as you release downward toward the earth. Hands on the ground. And if you need a block, you can always place a block out in front of you. And then go ahead and bend and extend. Let the head release. As you do this, just a little note, make sure that your knees go right over the toes. Sensing all four corners of your feet. The inside of the foot, the outskirts of the feet, big toe, pinky toe, heel and mound of the foot. So you feel all corners of your feet. That'll keep your knees protected. Relax your breath. Now from here, go ahead and bend, drop that tailbone down. Think of a big kangaroo tail reaching down. You're going to push through the legs and let your head and focus walk up your midline toward the pelvis. Navel to spine, under the solar plexus, shoulders, neck, and head. Tap the feet. Here we go again, back again. What is this, 4 times? We have 4 positions. And we'll move a little faster into this heel tap. Notice how now the body tends to shift side to side, side to side. So you're feeling this lateral shift. That's good for the brain, because you feel body half. Left, right, good. And then release. Let's go ahead and take a plie. Knee bend, extend, easy rise, reaching through the crown. Eyes and ears. As my teacher used to say, the head is a limb. The thing that helps with balance, because that's one of the themes, is keeping the sense organs in the head, not necessarily active, but alive. So eyes and ears. I can feel my ears perk up, my eyes, and then the top of the halo. Or my favorite image is a unicorn horn. Reaching upward, and a kangaroo tail reaching down. So you feel those extensions. Good. And one more. Oh, a little stretch there. All right, now bringing the legs in. A lot of focus on the legs and feet because we're going to do a lot of stuff with balance today. So just as a reminder, when we work on balance, to be very aware not to lock the hips, knees, and ankles. So whenever we're balancing on one leg, those joints are soft. And we're going to first start with our right leg. You have to think about that. Here we go. You're going to lift that leg up and see if you need to have a chair next to you, by the way, or anything, a wall if you have issues with balance. Please go find those things because some people have a hard time balancing on one leg. I will show modifications. So inside circle and then reverse that outside circle. Reaching through your crown, reaching down through the tailbone, and again, pulling up through your center. And then place that foot down. Transfer to the other side, let the leg float up. And if you need a little more help with balance, you can extend the arms out to second, out to the side, or straight down by your side, whatever you prefer. Inside circle, stirring that foot, keeping your eyes and ears alive, and reverse it. Feeling the heel of the foot root down as you reach to the crown. Great, and release. Now, what we're going to do is something a little more challenging. You're going to lift that leg up. You're not very high. You're going to push out through the heel and pull in with the toe. So we're going to push out through the heel, pull in through the toe, and step back. Transfer your weight to the front. There's that balance. Lift up through your pelvic floor and bring it in. Push through the heel, pull with the toe, thread it back, ground that leg and feel the transfer of weight. Transfer through your center lift, bring it in. So it's a heel push, a toe pull, and a step back. And again, if you need that chair or wall, please have that by your side. And again, push through the heel, pull, and as I do this, I start to again find that rhythm. Heel bone pushes out, toe pulls in, and then I feel that shift from the center back. Move forward, rise through the crown, push out through the heel. One more. Nice. Now bring the leg center. See if you can let that leg come up, and you can always place the hand under the leg like a sling. This is hard for a lot of people. So maybe your leg's a little lower. You can always use the floor to touch. You're going to push out through the heel and pull in with the foot here or here, depending on what you need. This is a little more challenging because, again, the leg, you have to be able to place your hand under the leg. Out to the side, leg a little lower, or super low, you can place the foot down if you need to for support. Let's go ahead and do 4 more. Reach to the crown, ground through that standing leg, relax your breath, and again, feel the center pull up and in. Here's where things radiate. I lied. 1 more. Now, step back. Woo, there was our balance. And we're going to bend that front knee. Now, whenever you're standing here, again, we're really balancing because it's easy to feel like you're going to fall to one side or other. So make sure that your legs are staggered so that your back foot is not right behind the front heel. We're not on a balance beam. It's like walking. The legs are gently staggered. We're going to extend the arms up and bring the arms down. Let it descend through the crown, throat, into the heart, right where the solar plexus is. Pushing strong through that back heel. Now, one thing I would like people to try to do is to turn that back foot so that the toes point straight ahead. A little more challenging because that's going to target some of the muscles in the feet and the calf that I want to target. So you feel a little bit more precarious as you do that, more of a stretch. Little mudra, we're going to take the arms out to the side, relaxing the shoulders, soft joints, and you're going to place your left hand on the left hip as you reach your right arm across. Now, I'm going to go off center with my upper body. Moving off center as I keep my lower half strong. Here's where the hara comes in. Pelvic floor strong, legs strong, upper body light. As the centers lift up and out through that arm. Now from here, bring it center. You're going to pull that elbow down into cactus, and you're going to rotate just a little bit to where you twist to that back diagonal. Not too far. Let your thumb line up with your eye socket as you rotate. Feet are steady and soft. Take that arm, extend it back. You can always look back at me and then look back at your arm so you see what you're doing. Looking at that arm as you reach from your solar plexus out into the limbs. So you feel that core, distal, distal core, moving from the center out and in. Take that arm, reach it up toward the sky, ceiling. And then from here, you're going to add a circle. And what we're going to do is you're going to extend back and bend forward. We're going to add motion to begin with. By adding motion, we tap into what I call our developmental patterns of balance. Pelvic floor, moving on and off center as we extend. So we're working with balance. That's right, shift forward. Now as you shift, lift the heart, extend back, and you're going to feel that rippling action through the center, out through the crown and back. It's a ripple through the spine. 1 more time. Take that arm forward. Hold, reach out, bring the hand back to the heart, let the leg soften but extend, and again, there's that little mudra and extend out to the side. Breathe. And you're going to bend that front knee. And we're going to take the other side. You're going to extend. Hand on the hip. You're going to gather the space and just take it gently off center, wherever that is for you. It doesn't have to be a big, gross movement. But you feel the body tip to the side as you ground the lower half. Pull down with the elbow. Open and twist, so you sweep that arm back, and now I'm looking back at the back, left diagonal. Not too deep in my twist, breathing. In a stationary place. We did a lot of motion, and now we're settling in. And feel what that feels like after moving quite a bit. It's like stirring up a sand under the ground or under the ocean, and then letting it settle. You may feel a little bit more balanced, a little bit more centered. Breathe. Excellent. And then from here, go ahead and bring that leg in. Nice. Now we're going to do the other side. So we're going to start now with the left side. You're going to go ahead and let that leg float up. And we're just going to extend, bend, and step it back. Shift, transfer, rise. Push through the heel, start small. Pull it in and transfer back. Shift forward, rise, push through the heel, make it a little bigger, draw it in, extend back, feel that forward and back motion. Push through your heel, pull with the toes, thread back. Shifting, advancing and retreating is what we're doing. And bring it in, retreat back, advance forward. And two more. And I'm making it pretty large. Again, I'm going to do a small one so you can see it doesn't have to be big. Bring it in, just a little step back, shift. Good, now let that leg rise up, hand either under the leg, keeping it lower, flex and point. Push through the heel, pull with the toes. You can use your hand under the leg like a sling. And what I want you to really feel is that length through the trunk so that you don't collapse to do this through the body, but you really lift up and out. Extending out to the crown. Good. Those little wobbly movements that you feel in the standing leg, those are proprioceptors, that's natural. Try not to stop that. Instead, think of lifting up and out of it. Relax your breath. One more. Very nice. Now take that leg and immediately thread it back into a lunge. Reach the arms up. Bring them down, let them descend down our plumb line into our solar plexus. Little mudra, extend out, so we extend out to our kinesphere. Grounding through the lower, place the hand on the hip, and take a lateral. So you're going to lead through the fingertips, active fingertips as you side bend. You're going to feel a wonderful stretch through your waistline. Breathe. And then from here coming up, draw that elbow down as a frame. Rotate through the spine as you twist to the back. And again, I'm just taking a gentle twist to the diagonal. I'm not going all the way back. It's unnecessary. You'll still get a good twist. And then reach that arm back and extend it from your heart, from your solar plexus. Gather the space from the back, bring it forward as you reach up toward the ceiling. Good, and we're going to go into that transfer. Again, a lot of sagittal plane to start with. And let's see if we can do 4 more of these. Big stretch back and forward, let it ripple. Allow the head and neck to have some freedom. So you feel that rippling, that's it. So you feel that kind of gentle nodding action as it moves through the head, ribs, lower back. Beautiful, very expressive spine sequentially. As you can see that I do like to incorporate a little bit of dance in my yoga. So this is, you could be a little bit of a dance exercise. And one more. Bring that forward, reach, gather, pull it into the solar plexus. Mudra, extend, breathe. Coming up, let it extend down into the heart, right back to where we started, the solar plexus, and other side. Grounding through the lower, rising, lifting, easy through the upper. Think of the roots of a tree grounding down through the lower, soft through the upper, side bend. Breathe. Bring it back to neutral, pull down, hands, fingers active. And then rotate through the spine as the spine takes the shoulder girdle twist, keeping the legs steady, eye lines up with the thumb. Reaching back, gather the space to the back as you feel that movement from the solar plexus out into the extremity, and then gather that space behind and reach it. Breathe. And again, homolateral. Same arm as leg. Good. Now what I'm seeing now from some of the students is a little bit more expressive, and it's good to take it sometimes to a place where it's a little big, you move out outside your kinesphere and you lose your balance. That's very valuable, to lose the balance. That's how we find balance, is by going off balance. So that's wonderful. One more. Actually, let's do one more because I have to honor that. Make sure it's even. Now bring the hands in, gather the space, mudra reach, clasp, lift up, extend, look up at the thumb. Bring it center, settle in. So now we're settling. Big time stretch through the leg, yes. And then go ahead and bring the leg center. Nice. Now I want to go ahead and turn to the side, just my leotard here. Turn to the side and we're going to take it into a wide second. Now we're going to move into the coronal plane, door plane. This is the windshield wiper plane, the metronome plane side to side. And I want you to imagine that you have a little energy ball. This is a Tai Chi, sort of a Tai Chi exercise. You're going to hold on to that energy ball and bring it right where the navel is. So that remember that below the navel is your hara, your pelvic floor. Above it is your solar plexus, and the navel is the center. And they all connect as a big sun. And what we're going to do is we're just going to transfer the weight side, center, side. And I want you to allow the opposite arm to move on top of that energy ball. So we're going to start right in the center, small, feeling that transfer of weight moving right through the center. And imagine, if you don't feel it, that there's some heat in that ball. And that heat connects right into your navel. Now we're going to make that ball a little bigger. So we're going to move out from the navel in toward the ribs and pelvis toward the hara and solar plexus. So now we have a middle-sized ball. And I want you again to imagine that ball is growing with heat as it connects to your center, shifting through the center. Now let's go ahead and make it a little bigger so it starts to move and line up with the head and tail. Now we're moving into the middle size as you shift. And then let's go ahead and make it really large as we extend out toward the edges of our kinesphere. So we feel that shift. Easy shift, center, shift, center, shift, center, shift. One more time. Shift and extend and drop into that left leg, turn the back leg in, and let's move into Warrior Two. So here we are into Warrior Two, shoulders relaxed, soft through the front knee, and we're going to take that front arm and we're going to hook it, and we're going to move into Eagle Arm. Now, this is hard for a lot of people to do. You can actually, both back of the hands can kind of match up with each other if you can't reach and grab. But if you can, that's great, but you don't have to. And you can let the arm bones rise, settle in, and let the head gaze in toward your center. And see if you can balance. So allow the eyes to relax and soften as you soften the front knee. Strong through the lower, soft through the upper. Now our gaze is inward toward ourselves. Easy breathing. Long inhale, deep exhale. And now go ahead and extend the arms back out into your Warrior Two. The arm that reaches, let's go ahead and pat ourselves on the back and take that other arm and see, and I'll turn to the back so you can see if we can actually take a clasp. Now this is a very challenging for many people because they're tight in their rotator cuff. You can just release the arms and press them against the back as you open, and you'll still get a beautiful stretch. Easy. Allowing the lower half to be easy, soft, and free so you're not gripping through those muscles. And you will start to feel the muscles heat up, perhaps a little burn. Breathe into that burn. And then go ahead and release the arms and come back to your warrior. Now extend the legs and let's release back. And go ahead and extend back into anointed triangle, into the back space. We're going to release. And then go ahead and bend that front knee into exalted Warrior Two. Good, reaching away. And extend again as you extend that front leg. Reach, 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 reach. Extending out to the edges. And then soften that front knee as you release and come in. And let's do that one more time. Extend, reach, reach. Really pulling up and out of the ribs. And again, soften and come back to your Warrior Two. Nice. Extend, release, let the hand touch down on the shin. arm extends up. Now this is a kind of a modified triangle. Keep the knees soft, lifting up and out of the pelvic floor, your first center. If you want, you can always go a little deeper, hand in front, hand behind, however it feels good for you. Strong through your legs, light through the upper. Let's go ahead and circle that arm. And as we circle, let your drishti or focus follow the hand. Again, very calming for the brain as you engage the head and limb. So the focus follows the hand. One more time, you're going to reach out toward me, turn that doorknob in, and extend out your crown. Reach, reach, reach. Let the ribs spin and open. And again, being aware to be soft through your feet, soft through your knees, lifting up and out of the pelvis. Breathe. Go ahead and bend that front knee and bring your forearm to the top of the thigh and extend. If you need to come up a little bit higher, bring that leg in. Again, we want to be kind to our joints. From here, bring the body around, earth touch. Now, you may want to block here if you need it. Knees are bent and soft. Hands and feet rooted. And I just want you to go ahead and wag your tail side to side. So we're just going to move the pelvis from left to right, right to left. Think of moving from the bones and the hips. Again, I'm not quite into a lunge yet. What I'm doing though is I'm just moving from my tailbone and I'm wagging it side to side. Moving from one greater trochanter to the other. Think of a dog wagging its tail. Now let's go ahead and move into a lunge. Let's take that into a lunge as we transfer. Moving from the center, side, center, side, center, side, center, side. Feeling that transfer of weight. And then bring it back, center, place the hand down and open up toward me or away from me as you extend. Shining out to the extremities. Take that arm, thread it underneath, see if you can reach and grab onto your shin, and just let the head hang like a rag doll. Heavy head, heavy chest. Upper body is relaxed, lower half is strong. Take the arms, reach it across towards your left leg, and you're going to pull back through the bent leg in a bow. So if I turn to the side, if you're having a hard time seeing, this is the motion right here. So I'm drawing back through the hip as I release through the neck. Feeling the strength in the lower, soft through the upper. Great. Bring it center. And let's take the other side. So you're going to move away from me as you extend and open. Keeping that weight in the front arm, softening through the elbows and knees as you extend and open the heart, radiating out from the center to the edges of your extremities, head, tail, arms, and legs. And then thread the needle as you reach under and see if you can grab onto the ankle and let the upper body surrender like a rag doll. Shoulders relaxed. Breathe. So we're in a side lunge. Now walk the hands over to that straight leg, thumbs together, and draw the hip back. Draw the pelvis and core of the low belly back toward that heel. So you're pulling like a bow. So you feel that drawing action. Crown reaching toward the thumb. Breathe. Relaxing the breath. Good. And bringing it up, go ahead and draw the feet in a little bit, bend the knees. And what we're going to do is you're going to add a shift and you're going to let the upper body move like a reed. So it's hips, ribs, head. And you're going to rise up slowly from low, middle to high. So we're going to rise up with this swaying action. Very relaxed, very organic, non-specific. But you want to feel that sequential action now, hip, rib, head, in the coronal plane. So you rise all the way up. So you end up all the way up. And then you're going to turn, face me, and we're in warrior one. Now, this is a different pose. It may feel like you've been here before, but it's different because the back foot is turned out slightly, and that changes everything in the pelvis. So as the back leg is turned out, we soften the front knee. Don't go too deep and extend the arms. Now, I want to clasp the hands and press them up through the heel of the hand. And I want you to go ahead and let the head come back and look at the hands as you pull the head back. And just look at your arms. Look at your hands. Now bring your head center. Come back to your center. Bring the arms back behind the ears and look down at your navel. And we'll do that again. Let the arms now move a little more front as you look up and past the arms. And then let the arms go behind the skull as you drop the head and look down. So again, here's this rippling action through the upper. Arms press forward as the head goes back. And as the arms come up behind the head, the focus goes down. Relax your breath. Easy. One more time. And then as you bring it back, clasp your elbows. And just let the arms move side to side. 10 more minutes? Okay. See how time flies. I could do this. Most of my classes are about an hour and a half to 2 hours. I do a long class. Good. Bring it center and then go ahead and step that leg in. Nice. Yeah, that's intense. Very intense. Now let's go ahead and turn to the other side. We're going to open. We'll do this standing practice. Second position, take a little wider base, and let's right away go into our little Tai Chi transfer of weight. So we move through the center side, center side, center side. Feel the body move as a unit. We're taking this imaginary energy ball right in line with their navel, and we're going to grow it. Make sure that as you shift, and I'm going to turn to the front so that you can see, notice how I move through the center first and then side. Center, side. Let it grow a little bigger, middle space, and allow that to grow on your own timing. This is sort of an improvisation for you, so you can take this bigger and bigger on your own timing. So we start to extend out middle space, and see that ball. Use your eyes to really see it. So you're creating this energy ball, very natural to you, very organic, as the limbs extend out from the center. And it grows all the way into this very large energy ball. That's it. Nice. Excellent. Making it your own. So you can feel how things move from the center out and back. Good. Now let's go ahead and shift toward the front leg. Turn the back foot in, and now we are in Warrior Two. And I'll turn to the front again so you can see that position. The front heel lines up with the instep. Shoulders relaxed, joints easy. Take that front arm and hook it. Let it rise up. Now this is challenging for a lot of people, so perhaps both back of the hands face in and you rise up. You may not be able to hook. Settling in as the arms rise up, gaze in. You're going to let your focus drop toward your solar plexus. Breathe. You can feel the legs heat up, but soften through the feet, knees, and hips. Let the lower half release into the earth. And then let those arms extend right back out into your Warrior Two. From here, you're going to gather and see if you can hook your fingertips. Going to turn to the side so you can see. Legs are soft, lifted through the back. Or here, elbows pull back. Breathing. Now you're going to feel a burn in your legs, and that's okay. Release and breathe into that burn. Release through the arms, come back to your Warrior Two, radiating out. Extend that front leg and release back into Exalted Triangle. We're going to reach out from our center out to the edge. Extend through that fingertip. Now bend that front knee. Soften. And extend, lift, reach, elongate. And again, bend that front knee, sinking. And extend and elongate. And then sink, breathe, and let's settle in for just a few breaths. Long inhale, deep exhale. Bringing it back. Lengthen. Let that hand release over to the shin. And again, be careful not to lock the knee. Here's where you lift the pelvis up and out of the leg bones. That pelvic floor lifts up and out as you extend. Joints soft and open. You can always take it a little lower. Hand in front. However that feels good. And let's go ahead and add that circle. I want your focus to follow the arm. Big stretch. Now really see that hand. So you're stirring the space with that arm. You're reaching forward, you're gathering the space and bringing it up and over the top. Let your focus or drishti follow it. So again, we're working on stabilization and balance. Take that arm, extend and reach it out toward me, yearning hands. And we're going to turn that doorknob in and out. Good. See what you're doing. Enamored by the motion of that arm. Great. Breathe. Take that arm back up, bend the front knee, and see if you can come up a level to place the forearm down. So now we are in extended side angel. You're going to bring the head center, earth touch. Coming down. Bend both knees right away on this side, and as you bend, release the head. Let the head release and reach the arm. So we did both sides on the other side. We're symmetrical. Now we're just going to let the head release as the knees soften. Heavy through the head. Now gently extend and reach the pelvis up as you lengthen behind the legs and let the head drape like a rag doll. Upper body completely surrender so that the lower half can be supportive. Crown reaches to the earth, tailbone reaches up, soft through the mouth and jaw. Soft face, soft jaw. Hands on the earth, rise up through the heart, bend the knees slightly and bring the elbows in toward a squat. You're going to reach out your tailbone, so you shoot that energy out your coccyx, and reach and extend the energy out your crown as you keep your core supported. From here, we're not going to do the read. Arms reach out to the side, and you're going to push through the lower as you reach through the upper. Good. You're going to rotate toward me. Turn that back foot out, front knee. Find your stability first. So find your center on the lower half, and then extend the arms. Good. Go ahead this time and clasp. Nice. Now we're going to bend that front knee, and this time we're just going to extend back and look back, and we're going to add a little hold. We did some movement on the other side. Now we're going to stabilize as you look up toward the fingers that are laced, heart open, doing a nice gentle extension back. And bring it center. Grab onto your elbows. And go ahead and move the arm side to side. So now you can really move those arm bones. Let them move from one side of the head to the other as you stabilize. A little different. So this is asymmetrical. What I'm doing on this side, I didn't do on the other. We're going to bring the arms out in front. And now we're going to pull back as we reach. So you're going to pull right above the elbow as you reach across. And again, let the focus follow the hand. The legs are going to talk to you. Good. One more. Reach both hands out in front. Extend the arms up and see if you can kind of hop that back foot in. Inhale. Extended mountain. Exhale, I want you to bend, flat back. Earth touch, extend through the pelvis, release. Step both legs back into Dandasana. Plank. Excellent. Lower the knees and release the heart through a very gentle chaturanga. Take the legs out, arms out wide into a big X, and we'll lift into locust. Good. Now take that arm, reach it underneath. Last stretch. You're going to go ahead and as you roll, notice the top leg is in front of the bottom. You're just going to release the head and open and look back at that hand. And again, I'm taking the twist where I feel is comfortable. Don't go so deep that it hurts your spine, your joints. Again, it's gentle. Breathe. Now bring that arm back. Keep that arm reaching. Extend that other arm out on the floor and just let the forehead release against the earth. My arm that's in front is actually against an imaginary floor as I get the stretch. Now go ahead and thread that arm back. Let's do the other side. Arms wide. You're going to thread your right arm through, or left, it doesn't matter. So you're going to take that arm, reach it underneath. Good. Now from here, notice the legs are staggered. You're going to roll. The head releases against the earth and that arm opens out to the side, extending from the solar plexus. Legs extending from the pelvic floor. Navel to spine, supported through your center. Relax and breathe. You can allow the body to yield a little bit against the ground or earth. Relaxing the breath. Now bring that arm as it reaches over the head, that left arm. You're going to reach it out against the floor and just let the forehead release. And this time let the hips just move side to side. Let the hips wag your tail as you allow the bones of the pelvis to shift left and right, right and left.
You can feel that wonderful stretch through the nerve roots of the bottom arm. Place the hand down, lift up, bring the legs together, push back into your child's pose. So you release into child's pose, and now here just take again a gentle shift, side, center. So the theme is using motion to find the center. Gentle transition from side, center, side, center, side, center, side, center, shifting up to your table and releasing back. Okay, I think, does that cut it? Yes? I had more. I did, actually. But my sense of time is my sense of time. But thank you very much. I appreciate you hanging in there with me. All righty.